So if that's the case, if living that way changes things, and I've been attempting to do that for years, but obviously not very successfully, why doesn't more change for the good in our society than we hear about? Is it simply the media, because the media wants to paint, pictures? And so shark attacks is a great example. You look at the graph of the number of people that die from shark attacks as opposed to, elk attacks, or I can't remember what some of these things are. You look at them going, and like 10 times as many people were killed by such and such as opposed to a shark, but yet because shark has so grabbed our imagination, and right now, half a dozen off the coast of the Carolinas in the last few weeks has just caused people to kind of freak out. So we get all this information, and all of a sudden we think, oh, the world's changed, but the reality is we just have more information that we didn't have before about the same world that we knew before, but now it scares us more because we know more. I mean, the number of people that said, I'm never going in the water again after they show the shark attack, I'm never going in the water again. I'm thinking, really? So you've got a 1 in 455 billion of getting bit by a shark because you go into the water, and you're not going because you saw someone get bit by a shark. It's like, have you looked at the statistics on getting in a car with somebody under the age of 21 and driving with them? How about those 16 to 18 year old, whatever drivers? Well, why do you think they cost so much in insurance? My gosh. But yet we live in fear. Oh, I'm not going to do this. And I love the emails. Once you see this, you will never eat such and such again, drink such and such again, do this again, visit this place, go da-da-da, because of this information they're about to give you on the internet. Don't you love the internet? And so you read it and you kind of go, oh my gosh, does that really happen every time you do that? And you decide, I'm never doing that again. And pretty soon, guess what happens? We're never doing anything again, ever. Come on, folks. Wake up, we're not fucking zombies. We are people, and we're getting brainwashed into all this shit. Open your eyes, live life, bless the part of creation that you touch, and amazing things happen. Or live in fear, live controlled by this, oh my gosh, what if? And just avoid me, because I'm really tired of having life sucked out of me by people who want to live that way. Oh my gosh, how unchristian of me. But you know what? What did Jesus say? If they don't hear what you say to them, shake the dust off your feet of the town and go somewhere else. John Wesley did the same thing. Oh my gosh, if people aren't ready to hear, it doesn't mean, oh my gosh, I hate them, I'm giving up on them. It just means they're not ready to hear. It's okay. We're going on. Because the next town that has an ear that's ready to hear, the next person, the next group of people, and I'm not talking about changing and becoming religious. I'm talking about those that are open to hearing the fact that life is about being aware of those around you, and that they mean something, and that when their opinions differ, it's okay. When their skin color differs, it's okay. When their gender orientation differs, it's okay. When their political affiliation differs, it's okay. Did they put a rainbow flag on their Facebook site? Did they drive down Main Street with a Confederate flag behind their car? Folks, both sides, believe it or not, they're okay. I'm not talking about the anger or the violence or the angst on both sides. I'm just saying, on all sides of these issues that we're tearing our country apart over. There are just good people that if they understood, it wasn't about winning that particular argument, not giving it up. I'm not talking about that. I'm not asking the Confederate flag waver to take it down. In fact, think through why you have it up. Purify why you have it up and keep it up. And when I say purify, what I mean is it to knock somebody else down? Is it to take somebody else off their pedestal? Is it to strike back? Or is it to simply say, here's who I am. Here's what the Confederate flag means to me. It doesn't mean I have a right to beat on somebody who's not of my race or whatever. Here's what the rainbow flag means to me. Here's what the rainbow flag means to me, and how it offends me and hurts me and tears apart my religious beliefs and all of this. But not because two guys want to love each other or two ladies want to love each other, but because it represents a group of people who want to take away my freedom to believe in God the way I believe in God. I don't hate gays. People who rebel against the rainbow flag don't necessarily hate gays. Does that make sense? Come on. We keep thinking that all we've got to do is get our opinions stated clearly enough, persuasively enough, dogmatically enough, scary enough for everybody else to back down. And when our opinion suddenly gains government backing, well, shit, of course it's going to cause a lot of other people to back down. And also it means it empowers people who have a particular opinion to say, oh my gosh, see, you're the demon. Now we can tear you apart. And the reality is, folks, we're people. We've got different beliefs and backgrounds and in religious affiliations and structures and spiritual beliefs. That's how we're made. Even as an atheist, you can see that this is how people are wired. Look at them. Watch how they respond to situations. For Pete's sakes, have you never been to a family reunion or a class reunion or any place where you pull together these folks that are, we're connected with all of the stuff that's going on. The strands of our lives are weaved into everybody else. And so when we get there, somebody else's shit, Uncle Bill getting drunk, Tommy getting this, Aunt Sally, ripping apart so-and-so, da-da-da-da-da-da. We just cheer each other. We do all this. Come on. Are we moving forward or not? And here's what I think. I think we are. In fact, I think we are faster than we were before, but it has scared the shit out of a lot of people. And when I say a lot of forces don't want humanity to take a step towards becoming an agent of incredible blessing and good to their sphere of influence. When you want chaos, when you want pain, when you feed on fear, what are you going to do? You're going to sabotage any effort to create harmony, to create a system that builds and encourages and edifies and all of these things. And Christianity does that. But lots of spiritual faiths and traditions do that. And they do it in ways that are powerful that I'm not familiar with, but I'm recognizing that, oh my gosh, humanity's trying to find meaning in this and build pockets of security against that which is also intermixed with us, a spirit of destruction and decay. I mean, Christian writings talk about the ground it's seeded with both weeds and grain, thistle and wheat, and they grow together, and to tear out the wheat, it destroys the wheat. To tear out the thistle destroys the wheat. Those types of teachings, and I'm not familiar with those in other traditions, although I've got glimpses of them, that they're there, that there is something happening, that if we can realize that we have to grow together. We have to figure out a way to find the spiritual truth that takes humanity to the next level. And if we don't, we implode. It's happening it's happened. It's happened in spiritual traditions for all time. Look at them. They implode on themselves with their own self-righteousness, with their own sense of purpose and destiny, because they lock out the rest of humanity. And it's like you close yourself in and just thinking you're surrounded with all of this food in cans that you can't open because you don't have the key, because the rest of humanity holds the key. If we close ourselves to humanity, if we shut ourselves off from those that are around us that don't believe the way that we believe, we shut ourselves out from the key to open up the power to become who we're supposed to be. The tragedy. Think of the tragedy of this, that we hold in our hands. And our understanding, our faith, our belief, our convictions, the things that make us strong, make us weak. So do we give up that which makes us strong? Because if we do, then will we be able to turn the key to take humanity to the next level? Oh, fuck no. No, that's the problem. We keep saying, oh, here's the reason. We gotta give up this. We've got to be on a level playing field. We got to be politically correct. We've got to be all of this. And what we need to be is who we are, alive, free to be who we are, without somebody else saying, no, I'm sorry, that's not right. Oh, open up your eyes to the light of tolerance. We're not tolerant of anybody in this society that disagrees with us. And because we can't allow their incongruent, discordant belief to filter into the music of our own lives, we miss a chord change. We miss a new entry into the journal of our lives. We miss a chapter. We miss an element of the formula that makes life work. But we keep doing it over and over again. Humanity keeps shutting themselves off from this peace that makes sense, from the peace that's other than them. It's discordant, it's other, it's different. It doesn't fit. It's a wonder. It's like seeing something a 2-year-old would see for the first time. Cool, how cool, how cool. It's different, it doesn't fit. Where does it fit? Whether it's taking quarters, a whole jar of quarters, and dropping them one at a time. I watched this little girl, this amazing, beautiful, stunning, intelligent, creative, free, innocent little girl, Aislinn, sit on the floor with a little crystal jar of quarters, and she was picking them out one at a time and dropping them down her shirt, and they're sitting there. I mean, my patience as an adult was so limited to I almost missed, but I kept watching. And she just one at a time. I mean, there were, I don't know how many dollars of, I mean, there were a lot, all of them one at a time. Until she put the last one in. And she looked up at me, and there was this, and she stood up, and they all pulled out the book, because she had a t-shirt on, and the t-shirt wasn't that, and she looked up at me, and there wasn't she plopped back down on the ground, and she started picking up quarters and putting them back in, as if nothing had happened. The wonder that is there for us. The wonder around us, if we'll take the time to see it and not be consumed with planning for that next event, which I am so guilty of. But so much stripped away in my life, so much gone, so much peeled back like the onion, so much that I can see things that I couldn't see, or I could see and I couldn't quite believe. It's like, yeah, but, so I couldn't respond to them, but it's there. It's there. Life like you want it is there. It doesn't require that you numb, block out, escape from, and I say that I'm not condemning any of that. In fact, it may be the only way you found what you needed to find. And it may be the only way that you explore the new world you need to explore. But it can't control you. Altering your state so that you can explore has risks. Apathy, laziness, distraction, all of those. Maybe more, but those right now are key, because focus and clarity is so important while chaos rules around you. You have to make a decision. You have to make a decision if this is the life that you want to lead. Is this the direction you want to go with your life? And I'm not talking about where you live right now, job, any of that. I'm talking about the freedom that you have in your mind to say, I am going to be free to explore, to believe, to wrestle with, and to respond to, if necessary, a call that says somebody has to speak this truth. We don't have to believe the same thing on almost any issue. And I say almost because I've got struggles. But the ones that are dividing us right now as a nation, as people, as a world, most of them are not the things that need to set us apart. They're the things that add color to the life that humanity was meant to live. They're the things that add the right hue and the light resonance, the light sound, music and light, music and sight, music and sound, video. When pieces are missing, the clarity of our future fades and we don't step into it with as much confidence and strength that we could if we allowed all of the light, all of the music, all of the sounds and visions and sight of life, the feelings, the emotions, the smell, all of it to flood humanity. And cleanse us. And take us to a place that's beyond where we're at right now. How do we do it? All of us. We're filled with these triggers that we hear a word or we see something or we experience something and we automatically roll down this path that says that part of humanity that I'm experiencing right now is less than needed in taking us to the next place. We buy that shit all the time. It's all about those that can be free. It's all about those that are white. It's all about those that are black. It's all about those that are left or right or, oh my gosh, it's so sickening it makes me want to hurl. It is all about those. But not like you think. It's all about those because it's them. The others, our enemies, our nemesises. It's those that stand against us. It's those that believe other than we. It's those that look other. It's those that don't accept us as we are. It's those that won't live in a way that pleases us or allow us to live in a way that pleases ourselves. You've got to believe the way I do or you're a demon. It's obvious. You've got to believe that any other marriage outside of the definition given in the Christian scriptures is sin. Or you have to believe that any other union outside of two souls, spirits, beings, people who have shared their lives, love, pain, fear, dreams, and have decided that they're gonna be together. You gotta believe that they're wrong. You gotta believe that they're right. You gotta believe the way. Who believes? You? How do you believe anymore? Because somebody else has grabbed your thoughts and your minds and they're saying to you right now, believe the way I believe and you'll be okay. Believe the way I believe and condemn the don't. And you'll win this. It's a lie. It is a fucking lie. Because it's not about winning over somebody else. It's about finding out who you are and how this being that you are, that you have been created to be, that your own decisions have affected, changed, modified, grown, developed, evolved. That person that you are by your initiative is freaking amazing. Even if I disagree with them. Even if I think you're a jerk. if you do things that I completely disagree with. Where's the line, then? If your faith says you have to kill me to be pure, and my faith says you must be eradicated from the earth for life to be good, where do we end up? Where do we go from this point?